This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Today is Wednesday, July 28th. Well, most counties in Nevada are seeing a dramatic increase in the number of new COVID cases being reported. So the masks are coming back. A new mandate goes into effect on Friday for most Nevadans, requiring face masks in indoor public spaces.
The state of Nevada is adopting the latest Centers for Disease Control and Prevention guidance related to mask requirements. That means starting Friday at 12:01 a.m., a new mask mandate goes into effect in most Nevada counties. The CDC now recommends that everyone, including fully vaccinated individuals, wear a mask in public indoor settings in counties with substantial or high transmission of COVID-19. And based on the latest CDC data, that affects 12 of Nevada's 17 counties. The counties seeing substantial or high transmission and affected by the new mask mandate are Carson, Churchill, Clark, Douglas, Elko, Esmeralda, Lincoln, Lyon, Mineral, Nye, Washoe, and White Pine. Right now, residents in Eureka, Humboldt, Lander, Pershing, and Story counties will not be required to wear a mask. The new CDC recommendation comes as the Delta variant now accounts for the majority of new cases. The Delta variant has shown to be much more contagious and spreads more than twice as easily from one person to another compared with earlier strains of the virus. The CDC mask guidance issued Tuesday also includes a recommendation for universal masking for all teachers, staff, students, and visitors to K-12 schools, regardless of vaccination status. State officials, including the Nevada Department of Education and Health and Human Services, have been in conversations with local school districts regarding reopening policies and face coverings for staff and students.
Thank you so much to Brad Francis for that report. Well, a small plane makes a crash landing on U.S. Highway 95 this morning here in Nye County. Luckily, the pilot was able to safely exit the plane just before it burst into flames.
The pilot of a small single-engine airplane managed to escape without injuries after he crash-landed the plane on US 95 near the Nye-Clark County line. A couple driving to Reno captured the aftermath as the plane burst into flames. They stopped and spoke to the pilot, who told them he was okay. The witness says the pilot told him he lost power and could not get his landing gear down, so he had to land without it. The plane came to rest in the median. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were among the first to arrive on scene. Officers say the pilot declined medical treatment. The highway was closed in both directions for a short time, but one lane in each direction had reopened by noon. The pilot was the only person on board. We don't know where the plane took off from or where it was headed. The National Transportation Safety Board will be investigating the crash.
Well, heavy black smoke could be seen from miles away this afternoon here in Pahrump. The source of that smoke was several vehicles on fire at a salvage yard on Vicky Ann Road. Fire Chief Scott Lewis describes the scene.
Just after lunch hour, PPFRS was dispatched for a report of a single vehicle on fire. As we were responding, we were notified that that fire was spreading and there was several vehicles involved, including explosions. As crews arrived, we found the incident as reported. They quickly laid a tack line, extinguished the fire with no extension to the nearby parked exposure vehicles. There's actually 4 vehicles total involved, and with multiple vehicles surrounding as exposures, and all were protected, no injuries. Fire is not a suspect in nature. It appears to be accidental, most likely related to a mechanical malfunction on one of the vehicles that were parked on the property.
And Nevada Highway Patrol has released more information about a dramatic pursuit crash and officer-involved shooting on I-15 on Tuesday that left a trooper hospitalized and fighting for his life. Troopers, with assistance from other law enforcement agencies, were attempting to apprehend a carjacking suspect on the Interstate 15 in Las Vegas. Trooper McCaw May was deploying stop sticks on the highway near Sahara Avenue in an attempt to safely end that pursuit. The suspect vehicle struck Trooper May, then continued driving a short distance. Other troopers were able to force the vehicle to a stop, and within seconds, officers converged on the vehicle and opened fire. The suspect driver died at the scene. Trooper May was flown to UMC Trauma Center, where he remains in critical condition. May joined the Nevada Highway Patrol in 2008. He is a 46-year-old husband and father of 2. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is conducting the investigation into this officer-involved shooting. NHP has not released the identity of the carjacking suspect, and we do have some information on our local Pahrump Facebook page that you can look at to find out how you can support that officer and his recovery. News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of a 2-vehicle crash that occurred Saturday night here in Pahrump. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were dispatched to the area of 372 and Barney Street over the weekend for a 2-vehicle accident that included a rollover of one of the vehicles. Nevada Highway Patrol Trooper Justin Bransky told News 25 on scene that the driver inside the pickup truck allegedly ran the stop sign traveling northbound on Barney Street. He was being investigated for driving under the influence. The other vehicle was rolled back onto its wheels by passerbys. That vehicle contained a driver and a dog. Both claimed no injuries at the time of the crash. And Nye Communities Coalition is preparing to bring together employers and prospective employees. Rachel Letty, the resource room assistant at Nye Communities Coalition, says it's a great opportunity to land a new job or start a new career.
We are having a job fair. It's going to be Friday, August 13th and Saturday, August 14th. It will be 9 a.m. to noon both days. We are hoping to have a diversity of employers and a lot of different types of jobs available. With the job fair, some of the employers may be hiring for new positions that we're not aware of and have not posted yet. And if there are any employers who are interested in RSVPing a table, they need to contact me. They can call me at 775-727-9970. There's no fee. All of our services for employers are free. It's everything from entry level to professional. We have a huge variety of jobs right now. We suggest that you bring your resume, that you come prepared for an interview, meaning dressed for an interview as well. If you need interview clothing, we do have a clothing closet where we can help you with getting some clothing. We actually have a resource room with people available to help with all kinds of things, with resumes, with helping you to match up with maybe a job that we have posted. We can help you with most of your job search needs. We are encouraging those people who are receiving unemployment insurance to attend the job fair because the additional money that they have been receiving from unemployment insurance will end in the next few months. They could secure a career with some of these employers, and if they're interested in getting new training or changing careers, we actually have a program where we may be able to assist with that.
And we are still hiring here at KVPM TV. We are looking for a news video editor and, of course, a salesperson. If you want to find out more, you can email us at news@kvpm25.tv or give us a call, 775-727-9400. Once again, the Nye Communities Coalition Job Fair is August 13th and 14th from 9 a.m. until noon each day. Nye Communities Coalition is located on East Wilson Road at 1020 East Wilson here in Pahrump. Well, drivers are asked to closely watch for wild horses and burros between Highway 160 between Pahrump and Johnny. The Bureau of Land Management Southern Nevada District Office says you need to be careful because the recent storms have damaged several miles of fencing in that area. In the past, wild horses and burros have been hit or killed or sustained injuries along the highways here in Southern Nevada, leading to the euthanization of those animals. Of course, drivers also get injured in those crashes. The animals can wander onto the road, creating a safety hazard for themselves and motorists. There's a large population of wild horses and burros here in our area, and it may be easier for them to wander onto the road with those fences being down. They're asking that motorists be cautious driving through that area, especially during the dark hours. And if you hit a wild horse or burro with your vehicle, please call 911. We'll return in just a moment.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, the torrential rain that flooded much of the Pahrump Valley on Monday left a tremendous amount of dirt, rocks, mud, and debris on the roadways. Now it's the job of the Nye County Department of Public Works to clean up that mess. Director Tim Dahl says their primary concern is ensuring access to homes and businesses.
Right now, we're trying to get through the beginning stages of assessing and taking care of all the emergency access issues that exist out there. So all the material that was put on the roads, all the driveways that have been washed away, those types of things, we're trying to make sure that people have access to their property, as well as emergency vehicles, fire truck, ambulance, sheriff can get to those properties and those businesses up and down all of our streets and highways and roads. So that's our primary concern right now. Once we get done with that, basically that'll be just a single lane to make things passable. And once we get all that throughout the whole valley, we'll go back through and start making everything pretty again, I like to say, or back to the way it was before the storm came in. So that right now is primarily what we're up against and what we've been challenged with. This is like no event that I've ever seen since I've been with the county and in Pahrump since '98. I've even talked to a couple of the old timers who say in their 50 years of being in Pahrump, this is one of the most severe storms that they've ever seen. So it rained a lot of water in a very short amount of time. There's no way that we could prepare for this kind of event. So, I mean, it's moved millions of tons of material away from the ditch, driveways, the edge of roads. It's just a mess out there, and we're struggling to just get back on our feet. Our team has they've just risen to this opportunity to just shine like diamonds. They're showing up in the morning. They're working as hard as ever. They are trying to get that access back, get us back on top of access. These types of events don't happen very often, but when they do, we got to all stay calm. I was amazed at the amount of traffic that I saw going back and forth, even in the most severe time of the storm. It's as if we all, as living in the desert, we open the door and we go out and we watch it rain. But the best thing that we can all do is just to stay home during those events so that you don't risk your lives or the life of an emergency responder when they have to come out and take care of us. And please feel free to call our office. We'll take a message, we'll take a driveway, we'll take an issue in the right-of-way and prioritize that according to access, emergency access. And it helps us to learn those issues that need to be addressed in the right-of-way.
Thanks to all the emergency responders who, of course, have been helping out so much. And thanks to our viewers and listeners for sending us some of those videos. That was very nice of them. Nye County Manager Tim Sutton has issued a declaration of existence of local emergencies on Tuesday. That was last night, as a first step to seeking assistance and reimbursement from the state of Nevada and federal partners due to the damage here in Pahrump from the storm Sunday and Monday. The declaration will go before the Board of County Commissioners on August 3rd, that's Tuesday, for ratification. Well, if you're planning to head to a fair or festival this summer, doctors say that there's a couple of safety tips you may want to keep in mind.
When going to any festival or event where there are a lot of people, trying to find a corner where you're able to distance from people you don't know, I think would be my advice.
Dr. Joseph Cabaza is a pulmonary and critical care physician for Cleveland Clinic. He says since most fairs and festivals are outdoors, the risk for transmission of COVID-19 remains low. However, it's still important to make sure you and your family are vaccinated, especially since new strains of the virus are continuing to emerge. If your child is too young for the vaccine, Dr. Cabaza says they should follow the same rules as before, like wearing a mask and social distancing. This advice applies to unvaccinated adults as well.
If you are unvaccinated, really all the rules still kind of hold that even before everything kind of opened up, because if you go out in a setting and get ill and contract COVID, that'll has a high chance of spreading to your kids or other unvaccinated family members. And so a lot of those precautions still need to be thought about.
Dr. Cabaza also recommends researching the location of the event before you buy tickets. If there is a high infection rate in that city, you may want to reconsider.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Taking a look outside at those beautiful clouds, the National Weather Service is predicting thunderstorms and flooding for Thursday and Friday. We'll tell you about that after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KVPM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Lovely to see you on a Wednesday. Looks like stuff's getting cleaned up around town. A lot of the debris getting off the road, and we saw some street sweepers looking pretty good as we recover from those rains early. The monsoon, oh boy, that was a crazy Monday. We might see some of that coming up. Let's take a look at the weather for right now, though. Looks like northern part of the state stuck into the low 90s. Carson City, 92. Tonopah, you're 84, 88 out in Goldfield, Beatty, all the way up to 98 degrees. Amargosa and Las Vegas cresting the triple-digit mark and getting into 104 territory. Out in Death Valley, it's 114 degrees, and here in the paradise of Pahrump, look, behold, 98 degrees. Boy band weather, 100 degrees earlier as the winds blew out of the south, 7 miles per hour. Kind little winds. Humidity at 17%, and it looks like it's going to be sticking around, kind of be a little muggy, swampy the next couple of days. Sun rising this morning at 5:47. Going to bed tonight about 7:52 p.m. We'll look forward to that as the humidity is rising. How does that look for the rest of the week? Let's take a look. Thursday, okay, cloudy. Friday, oh, Saturday, oh, we got problems Friday and Saturday. If you're not into loving on the rain, I think we're going to get some. And after seeing this monsoon, I'm just a little scared to say how much, but so I won't. How about that? Temperatures will drop down to the low 90s. Come Monday, return to clear skies and beautiful 103, 4 degree weather. Yeah. Ah, it's a smorgasbord of joy, isn't it? Fun weather. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
And so the National Weather Service is predicting thunderstorms and flooding for Friday and Saturday. They're saying that we have that 32% chance that John was just talking about on Friday, but then that goes up on Friday night to 50% chance, and then on Saturday we're supposed to have some more thunderstorms and flooding, but then Saturday night it's going to be clearing up, they say, and just partly cloudy, and that would be perfect for the movie night, and hopefully they will still keep that schedule down there at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park. We have the Movies in the Park and free movies right there off of Honeysuckle between Dandelion and Pahrump Valley Boulevard. That would be Tom and Jerry happening this weekend. It starts at 8:15. It's free. Come on down. Hopefully they'll be down there and everything will be cleared out, and they have a snack bar. You can bring your own snacks, so on a chair and a blanket and sit on the grass if it's not too wet. And of course, July 31st is also that drive-through back-to-school drive that they're having down there at Pathways, and that's right there off of Calvada and Mount Charleston Boulevard. That is from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. It's a drive-through back-to-school fair. Everybody's helping put that on. If you would like to also find out more about that, you can call Nye Communities Coalition 727-9970, extension 216, and that's Miss Corey there. You can also find out more about getting vaccinated by calling the health nurse's office at 775-751-7070 because they're going to be doing immunizations right there on site by appointment. So you want to find out more about that. And of course, we want to talk a little bit about those rainfall amounts that they just released. The 1.85 is what they said that we got here in Pahrump, and they're also predicting that we had about 80 to 100 mile-an-hour winds, which is way different than what they were telling us originally. This is the National Weather Service talking about that. And Red Rock, just a little bit below us at 1.84, Kingman at 55, Henderson 50.51, Rachel, Nevada 0.36 of an inch, and Barstow really low there at 0.15, Las Vegas 0.07, and Desert Rock right up there near the Nevada test site at 0.02. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. What happened to the video?